We'll answer the question. Are they back?
Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
I think it's only fair, Producer Evan, to start with the bad and then go from there. The Diamondbacks, even with this good stretch of ball, 8-4 since the deadline, series win against the Texas Rangers yesterday. Ketel Marte once again playing hero in the ninth inning. Down 4-3 with 2 outs. Marte hits the go-ahead home run. The Diamondbacks hold on to win 6-4. Andrew Saalfrank picks up the save. Basically, everybody in the bullpen as of late has picked up a save for this Diamondback squad. But even with this nice stretch of baseball, even with a team that just took 2 out of 3 from a Texas Rangers team that is fighting probably harder than the Diamondbacks are to be in a playoff race, they still have, according to Fangraphs, a 1.6% chance to make the postseason. So we're not going to do that conversation today, although I do want to say this. You are entitled to get excited about this 8-4 run that this team has been on. You are entitled to enjoy watching this team play the way that they are playing. You are entitled to look at this weekend against the Colorado Rockies, a 4-game set in Denver starting tonight, when the last time you played this team a week ago, you picked up a 3-game sweep against them, and you are entitled to start looking at the standings, doing the math, and being invested in this baseball team from an enjoyment and entertainment perspective. You are allowed to do that today. You are allowed to do that this weekend. Do not allow anybody to throw in your face that they only have a 1.6% chance of making the playoffs, that their schedule in September is a gauntlet in many regards. Don't allow today anybody to throw cold water if you are choosing to get excited and enjoy the Diamondbacks baseball that you have seen on your television screen over the last 12 games, because you are certainly allowed to do that today. What's the point of being a fan of a team if you can't enjoy when they're winning? What's the point of devoting your time and energy to a team that you can't get excited and celebrate when they go on a nice run and now have passed 2 teams in the standings, in the Marlins and the Giants, and enter play tonight only 5.5 back out of a wild card spot? And it's not like any of the teams in front of them are inspiring confidence that they're going to run away and hide with a playoff spot. So be excited. Watch the game tonight. Look forward to a 4-game series against the Colorado Rockies with the way that this team is playing. Get excited about watching Ketel Marte continue to be a hero night in and night out. Embrace it. But if you choose to embrace it to a level of there's a run incoming, they're going to be the 2024 Detroit Tigers, you just have to prepare yourself. Well, I think it was last Monday. Expectations minus reality equal disappointment. If you want to set the expectations that high, you're free to do so, but prepare to be disappointed. If you are just excited that the team is playing good ball, you're encouraged that this is the way that they're ending the season, going into a bumpy offseason ahead, not sure what 2026 is going to look like on paper with their roster, and you just want to enjoy this ride while you have it, you absolutely should do that here today. You absolutely should do that over the weekend when they take on the Colorado Rockies. And if you want to expect them to go out there and take 3 or 4 and sweep Colorado with the way that they've been playing, the way that they played Colorado a week ago, I see no issue with that. I see no problem with you just a little bit allowing that excitement to creep back in. Because you know what? For a large chunk of this season, we didn't have that excitement. We didn't have this team playing that type of baseball. And so, yes, I'll be the first person to admit it. Yesterday, we had the game on in the office. We were doing some post-show stuff. And the moment the game was over, the excitement got to me. We were looking at the standings. We were looking at how they could end the night just 5.5 games back of a playoff spot. We looked at what their upcoming schedule was to wonder aloud if this team could potentially go on a run to at least make September exciting.
And knowing that your next series is 4 at Colorado, it's hard not to get excited. It really is.
And John says it over on the YouTube live stream. He says, let's get to 500 first. Again, let me frame this correctly today. I am not saying that all of a sudden the Diamondbacks are back and they're going to go on a run and they're the 24 Tigers and they're going to march their way to the postseason. All I'm saying today is, you know what? You've got a baseball team right now that's providing a lot of fun, providing a lot of entertainment. And if you want to right now clear your schedule over the next 4 days to sit down and watch them play baseball and get excited and enjoy and have some fun, you are well within your rights to do that with the way this team has played as of late. Now, if it was me, I'm framing expectations properly. Still a 1.6% chance to make the playoffs. Still a really tough schedule in September. So I'm not going to go all crazy today and say this team is back in a playoff race. But with how bad this season got at times, post-deadline, you thinking it's going to be the dog days of summer, it's going to be 2 months of unwatchable baseball. That was a thought that many people had. That after they traded Suarez, they traded Naylor, what's the point? What's the point of watching them play? Well, this is the point. Because a baseball team can get hot. Is it sustainable? I don't know. They've had like 7 or 8 different relievers pick up a save in the last 2-3 weeks. I don't know if that's sustainable. I don't know if Ketel Marte always hitting a home run in the 9th inning with the game on the line is sustainable. I don't know if any of it's going to last more than another week or two. But if you want to get on the ride for that week or two, absolutely that's what you should do. But just frame it in the proper context. This team is not going to go on some magical run more than likely. This team is not going to repeat what the 2024 Detroit Tigers did. That's not going to happen. That's more than likely not in the cards. But can this team give you some excitement over the next couple of weeks? Can this team provide some entertainment for you maybe this weekend? Because their schedule gets tough. Bunch of games against the Dodgers. They've got games against the Giants and the Padres. They've got Philly on their schedule as well. They've got some really tough teams in August and September. And so that's when reality sets in and tells you maybe you're overreacting to a team to say that they can go on a run. But the thought crossed my mind yesterday. I did the work, looked at their odds, looked at the standings, and wondered aloud if they could go on that run. Because when a team gets hot, you just don't know how far that will take them. You never know how long of a run you can go on. Not to say that they're the Milwaukee Brewers, but the Brewers have won 12 games in a row. And there seems to be no sign of them slowing down at any point. You just never know when that run could start. And I think you're encouraged by the players that are at the center of what we've seen since the trade deadline. You have Ketel Marte. You have Corbin Carroll. You have this young bullpen with a bunch of arms that you know is going to be there in 2026. Players that are going to be in this lineup in 2026. Great stories like Blaze Alexander playing his way into a prominent role in 2026. All of that is great. All of that is good. Don't allow anybody to stop your excitement over the way this team is playing. Maybe put it in the proper context. But enjoy what you're watching right now. And enjoy the fact that with the way that this team is playing, you look at this series over the weekend against Colorado and you expect them to take 3 or 4. You expect them to be able to potentially pull off the sweep against the worst team, one of the worst teams in baseball. You expect that. Good. That's what this team should have been doing all season long. That's what this team should be able to do next season against teams like Colorado, the bottom of both the American and National League. The worst teams in baseball, you should be able to feast. And so, yeah, could this be a snowball that carries if they have a really good weekend and we come in here on Monday and we're scoreboard watching again and we're seeing what it's going to take? Still 3 teams to pass. Still an uphill battle to climb. Still a team that's not at 500. Still a team that's only had one nice stretch here of 12 games. But that does not mean you can't enjoy what you're watching. We were having fun watching it yesterday.
We really were.
We were having fun watching Ketel Marte hit a huge key 3-run home run to take the Diamondbacks from losing this series to stealing one from Texas. And oh, by the way, could have very easily swept this series against Texas. Could very easily be 1 game closer in the standings. Could very easily be sitting here just 4.5 games back of a playoff spot. Now, you have to have those games if you are going to become the 2024 Tigers. But I don't know, man. Sports are supposed to be fun. It is supposed to be enjoyable. And in a lost season, in a season that went sideways so quickly for this franchise, a little mini run here in August and September to lead into the offseason, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to have fun keeping tabs on what the Diamondbacks do from here on out. Is it going to guarantee success in 2026? Absolutely not. But I'll take some fun from a baseball team that was supposed to be fun all season, and we haven't had a lot of fun. We spent most of our July discussing trade rumors about this squad. Who's going to go where, what they're going to get back, who needs to be traded. And so now that we don't have to do that, now that we get to talk about a team that's playing good baseball, moving up in the standings, I don't know where it's going to end up. But I think it was D-Back Stats and Info tweet this, one of our favorite Twitter accounts. They said, hoping doesn't cost you a thing. It doesn't cost you.
It's part of the fun.
Exactly. It doesn't cost you a thing to watch the way this team is playing and maybe just get a little bit more excited to watch them over the weekend.
And
to start
you're not
dreaming.
Hoping for a playoff spot.
No, but you're
dreaming for the future of this team. That's
Exactly.
the fun part of this run.
Exactly.
It's about Locklear. It's about Blaze Alexander. It's knowing that you have Corbin Carroll and Ketel Marte and Geraldo Perdomo. You have the core.
To me, the most encouraging thing of this 12-game stretch is you are seeing the future Diamondbacks bullpen on display. You're seeing all of these young arms that are going to be a part of this team next year contribute and play meaningful roles in high-leverage situations and thrive.
Did you say 7 players that have a save?
It's something like that. I don't have the numbers directly in front of me.
Imagine if I told you in 2026 they have a bullpen with 7 players with 9th inning experience.
Yeah. When you're not
How do you not get excited about that?
You're not going to have Justin Martinez at the beginning of the year. You're not going to have AJ Puck at the beginning of the year, and you don't know what version you're going to have of those guys coming back from the injury. Because here's the dirty little secret, everybody, about Tommy John surgery. Everybody just takes note of when the surgery happens, and they say, "Oh, blank pitcher will be back in a year from now." They won't be back to their true form probably in 18 months. So Corbin Burns, Justin Martinez, AJ Puck, they may come back in the second half of next season, but do not expect them to be the best version of themselves. Do not expect them to go right back to being the pitchers that they were before they got hurt. It's going to take time. So you're going to need other guys, especially in that bullpen, to step up. And you have a group right now that is playing great. Over the last 7 games, the Diamondbacks bullpen, a 2.54 ERA. The Diamondbacks are 5-2 in that game. Andrew Saalfrank became the 14th different Diamondback pitcher to record a save this season. You've got guys getting saves all over the place. Now, Saalfrank's a guy that you expect to be here next season. You have guys like Burgos you expect to be here next season. Juan Murillo, who picked up his first MLB save in this Texas series. He's going to be here next year. I'm going to read directly from the D-Back Stats and Info tweet. The Diamondbacks, who hopped the Marlins in the wild card standings late last week, have, with their 11-1 loss to the Padres earlier today, now jumped the San Francisco Giants in the wild card standings. There are now 3 teams between Arizona and the wild card 3 spot. Again, dreaming equals no cost. And if that's what you want to do with the way that this team is played, you have every right to do that. You have every right to get excited about your baseball team playing good baseball. You have every right to get excited that the core that is going to be here on this team next season is playing well. Especially with how bad this season has been. They've got 41 games to go. Might as well just let it play out. So another series win, another heroic moment from Ketel Marte for the second straight night in the 9th inning, and the Diamondbacks just keep on rolling. They are 8-4. 8-4 since the trade deadline, and they continue to just stack up series wins. And yeah, part of the dreaming is you look at the calendar and you see 4 games against Colorado, and you think there's a decent chance you could gain some ground. I think there are some people out there, Producer Evan, that think I'm foolish today, no? There are some people that even the idea that I'm entertaining this, consider me foolish. Are you going to consider me foolish if we come in here on Monday and the Diamondbacks take 3 out of 4 and they gain a couple games in the standings and all of a sudden they're 3.5 games out of a spot? Are you going to think I'm foolish then for at least entertaining this and telling you, have fun? Enjoy what you're watching. And if they continue to play good baseball and you want to start scoreboard watching, go right ahead. At the end of the day, what do we always say on this program? Sports are supposed to be fun. And the Diamondbacks are giving you something fun to enjoy right now, and you enjoy it however you want. You want to think that they're going on a run? Go right ahead. If you want to have some cautious optimism about the rest of this year in the future, you go right ahead. I just don't understand anybody today who's going to look at this and say, you shouldn't be excited. You shouldn't be having fun. This team still wasted a year. Sure. But you know what? There's 41 games to go. We're going to be here to talk about what happens over those 41 games. We might as well have some fun and enjoy the ride going into the offseason. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. Michael over there says some believe they're going to make the playoffs. I'm not willing to go there yet. Let me make that very clear if I haven't already done so. I'm not ready to do that. But am I ready to keep tabs on if they have a good weekend, what Cincinnati does, what St. Louis does, what the Mets do? Yeah, I'm going to keep tabs on those teams if the Diamondbacks continue to play good baseball. Because then the math is going to open the door for this. All I'm saying right now is you've got a baseball team that's playing the type of baseball that is playing the fun baseball that we wanted to see all season. So just because up until this point it has not been great doesn't mean you can't enjoy what you're seeing from this team right now.